You mop your floors every week, maybe even every day. But what if I told you you've been doing it wrong this whole time? Not just a little wrong. I'm talking mistakes that leave your floors dirtier, duller, and even damaged over time. From using too much soap to ignoring the corners, these common habits are silently ruining your home. But there's a better way, an older, wiser way. Today, we're uncovering the 10 mopping mistakes you're making and how the Amish do it differently, with care, with purpose, and with generations of wisdom beneath every step. 1. The sudsy trap, using too much detergent. It's sunrise, and the kitchen floor glows pale in the first light, waiting for its daily care, but you, maybe half asleep, maybe overeager, tip a heavy glug of bright blue detergent into the bucket because advertisers once whispered more is cleaner. Too much. Way too much. The mop sloshes, thick foam licking the boards, and every pass leaves behind a ghostly soap skim that clings like envy. Hours later, that film turns tacky, catches dust, shows footmarks shaped like regrets, and you wonder why the room never looks quite right. In an Amish farmhouse a mile down a gravel road, Mary Stoltzfus adds a single modest splash of homemade vinegar mix. Nothing fancy, nothing wasted. She swirls it slow, nods once satisfied. Her boards shine because they breathe, not because they drown. She learned early from her mammy, excess ain't excellence. It's burden. Simple math. Less suds, less residue, less work tomorrow. Might feel odd to trust restraint at first, but floors remember kindness. They really do. 2. The forgotten broom, skipping the dry sweep. Picture this. Saturday afternoon, kids tearing through the hallway, cookie crumbs flying, and you, heroic but hurried, grab the mop like a knight grabbing a sword. You skip the broom. Big mistake. Real big. Those crumbs turn to soggy grit, grinding tiny scars into finish with every swipe. The water goes brown fast. Smells worse. Over in Lancaster County, Jacob pushes a straw broom across planks polished by decades of patience. Soft scrape. Small rhythm. He tells his youngest, dry work first, wet work last. Otherwise you just paint mud. Sounds old-fashioned, yet the logic stands taller than a new barn. A swept floor welcomes the mop the way tilled soil welcomes seed. Open, ready, hungry for good work. Miss that step and the whole dance trips. Don't rush it, friend. Grab the broom. Swish the corners. Let the quiet crumbs march out the door. 3. Filthy water folly, re-dipping in a grime. Bucket's gray, maybe even black. You still dunk the mop because, well, chores half done and dinner's calling. Ain't nobody got time. But that filthy brew's a traitor. It drags spent dirt back to the boards, lays it down thin like secondhand paint, and leaves floors smelling like yesterday's storm drain. Amish households swap water the moment it clouds, no debate. Sarah might haul 3 buckets before she's happy, humming blessed assurance while the kettle rattles. Seems tedious, sure, yet her kitchen carries a meadow-fresh scent that city bleach can't dream of. Clean water equals clean story. Dirty water rewrites the plot with grime. Change it, then change it again. Short task might stretch longer, but the result whispers gratitude beneath your feet. True story. 4. The dizzy circle dance, random mop patterns. You've seen it. Someone swirling wild circles like they're sketching crop rings on linoleum, convinced chaos covers faster. It doesn't. Spots hide. Others get scrubbed twice. Energy wasted. Amish folk move straight, steady, almost like plowing neat furrows in June corn. Start far corner. Pull back slow. Overlap just a hair. No music but the squeak of wet cotton, the hush of purpose. Lines guide memory. Where you've been, where you're headed. Circles confuse. Ever mop yourself into a corner? Feels foolish, right? Lines lead you out the door with dignity intact. So drop the dizzy dance. March deliberate. Floor appreciates discipline. So does your spine. 5. Soap that stays, neglecting the rinse. Job looks finished, bucket's empty, you call it good. But lingering soap stays sneaky, dries chalky, builds a film that grips every speck drifting through afternoon sunbeams. Next morning, footprints. Next week, dull haze. Amish cleaners know the second pass. Plain water only is non-negotiable. Eli fills a fresh pail, rings the mop tight, glides once more. Quick, silent. He ain't showing off. He's erasing evidence. Rinse water lifts that last invisible layer, leaves boards bare, ready to breathe. Skipping it saves 5 minutes now, steals an hour later when frustration makes you scrub harder. Truth. Clean isn't about smell of chemicals. It's about absence of leftovers. Give the floor a clear throat so it can sing. 6. Synthetic convenience. Choosing plastic over cotton. Bright green microfiber pad promises miracles, yet after a month it reeks, edges fray, fibers meld a bit where hot water scorched them. Disposable culture. Amish homemakers lean on cotton or old wool, stitched from retired shirts, reborn with purpose. Natural threads sip water slow, release it honest, scrub without gouging finish. They last seasons, not weeks. Feels quaint, maybe. Also feels smart. Plastic sheds microbits that float downriver into fish bellies. Cotton rots back to earth when retirement comes. Your wallet notices, too. One handmade head versus parade of imports. Math don't lie. Swap once. Feel the glide. Hear the quiet. Won't go back, promise. 7. The rush hour mop. Cleaning without presence. You scroll phone with one hand, push mop with the other, brain split between group chat and spilled gravy. Working's quick, yet spirit feels empty. Amish women treat mopping like prayer stitched into movement. Slow, intentional, short breaths. A hem slips out, maybe a grin. Time stretches. Floor shines, but something deeper settles inside. Calm as still pond. When you rush, you miss edges, smack baseboards, leave streaks like hurried brushstrokes. Worse, you miss chance to settle your own dust. Try it once. Phone off, windows open. Let wooden boards speak squeaky language. You'll mop fewer times because you'll mop right. In your mind, well, it might just thank you proper. 8. Frequency fiasco. Mopping too often or too rare. Some folks chase spotless perfection. Mop daily till boards groan, finish fades, grout erodes. Others wait weeks, let sticky rings gather, ants parade. Neither camp wins. Amish rhythm swings with seasons. Spring mud? Twice a week maybe. Dry frost month? Light touch does. They read the room like fishermen read sky. Balance. That's the secret. If socks come up dusty, sure, grab the bucket. If floor still gleams from Tuesday, skip it, brew tea instead. Over-mopping wastes water, rubs life away. Under-mopping courts bacteria carnival. Listen to boards. They talk through creaks and color. Find middle path, walk it steady. 9. Standing water woes, leaving floors wet. Mop drains, but puddles linger near fridge, small lake by doorway. You shrug. It'll dry. Maybe. Meanwhile, moisture seeps into seams, swells planks, feeds mildew party no one invited. Amish practice says wipe then dry. They crouch, thick towel in hand, press, slide, absorb. Fast. Sure. Might feel old school, yet physics hasn't changed. Less water left, less warp later. No towel? Use fan, open windows, let breezes hustle. Just don't trust time alone. Water's sneaky. It sneaks under baseboard, waits, rots. Pull it up before it plots. Simple act, huge payoff. 10. The corner conspiracy, dirt in the shadows. Center gleams, guests clap, but tuck a fingertip along baseboard, and you'll meet sandy grit camping like rebels. Corners collect stories. Cobwebs, pet hair, the tiny screw you lost last winter. Mop heads often swerve wide. Either can't reach or operator won't bend. Amish cleaning ends on bent knees, damp cloth twisting into every angle. Tedious? Yup. Necessary? Absolutely. Dirt left in shadows crawls outward, gets brave, dulls everything. Do corners once. They stay clean longer because edges anchor room's health. Next time company arrives, you'll know secret places shine too. Feels good. Real good. So maybe it's not just about cleaning floors. Maybe it's about slowing down. Doing things right. The Amish don't mop to impress. They mop to preserve, to respect the space they live in. You don't need fancy tools or chemical sprays. You just need intention. If this felt like home to you, even just a little, stick around. Because here at Rustic Pantry, we're bringing forgotten traditions back to life. One simple habit at a time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss the wisdom that hides in the quiet corners of everyday life.